Hello and welcome to episode 36 of 5 Minutes with Alex for the week of March 20th, 2023. Right off the bat, I wanted to talk about my rebranded name. This podcast is now called 5 Minutes with Alex, and you'll see in my description, I've kind of emphasized what I envision for this podcast. This is a podcast for you, for realtors. And I want to emphasize that this is about providing value to you. I don't want to just drop off donuts or rate sheets that don't really help your business. I don't want to harass you with a weekly phone call begging to have coffee with you or begging for a deal. I want to actually provide you with 5 minutes or less of weekly content that can keep you informed and can actually help your business. Sound good? All right, let's dive right in. In market news, the volatility continues with the Fed meeting and the press conference yesterday. That was Thursday. The Fed funds rate, as expected, rose 25 basis points. And as a reminder, this does not mean that mortgage rates rose. Overall, rates have actually gotten a little bit better since last week. But what I do think was notable in Jerome Powell's press conference is that he finally acknowledged that there's a lag in real rents versus what shows up in inflation reports. Speaking of which, something to look at here is a report that was released this week from Corelogic, and this showed that rental growth is now at a 2-year low and trending sharply lower. Now, this is important because shelter is a huge component of the inflation reports, and it takes time for this to show up in the data. It lags, as Jerome Powell says. And why is that? It's because leases are typically signed for 1 year. So if you take a look at the peak there's still a lot of leases still on the books. But by the May CPI report, the leases that were reported on that peak number, those are going to start to come off the books and new rents will kick in at a lower level number, which can really help drive inflation numbers down and, important to us, help keep interest rates low. In the marketing corner, I wanted to pass along a social media resource and a recommendation. If you're not already following him, follow Todd Collins. You can find him on Instagram as Thomas Todd Collins. He puts out phenomenal content. He even says that he gives out all of his secrets for improving your social media reach, and he doesn't care about giving this information out because he understands that most people won't implement it. He's a coach, but he's always good for a good tip or two every week. And if you don't want to pay for the coaching, you can implement his ideas for free. And one recent video had to do with the possibility of the ban of TikTok in the US and what that means for other platforms. And I think this is really important for us. I think he makes some great points. The first is that you shouldn't be dependent upon one platform. Most of your content can be uploaded to multiple platforms without a lot of extra work. That same video or piece of content that you post on Facebook can go on Instagram or Twitter or LinkedIn or TikTok or YouTube. Just do the same thing and just post them to multiple platforms. It does not take a whole lot of time. And two is that if TikTok does go away, there are some unbecoming apps that are looking to fill that void. So if you get on these right now, then you could be a really early implementer and you could ride that wave just like people who implemented early on TikTok in 2020 and 2021. The first app is Triller. And the second app is called Clapper. Now, will these blow up? Will these replace TikTok? Who knows? But if you just take the extra minute to post to these two apps and start building out these platforms, if they do, then you're going to be a huge winner. If they don't, you wasted, 30 seconds posting an app to these for your social media content. So it's a really low risk and high reward activity for you. And finally, our quote of the week. Take action. An inch of movement will bring you closer to your goals than a mile of intention. That's by Steve Maraboli. Have a great week. If I can help you or any of your clients with any questions or pre-approvals, let me know. They can visit me at homeloanswithalex.com. Have a great week.